welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I am going to be giving you a very long overdue update on the house. Over the last year, especially since lockdown happened, we have been on a mission to try and convert our garage into another family room, also finish our kitchen dining area and a few other little projects. So we are coming to the end of that, and I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to jump on and show you what I've done so far. I'm really excited to share this. There's been a couple of sneak previews so far, but here is going to be a little tour for you, so I hope you enjoy. Anything that I have got and that I can link, I'll list below, and anything I don't link, I'll tell you where it's from anyway. If there's something I miss out, please feel free to leave me a comment and ask, and I can get back to you on the comment section below. Obviously with renovating a house or doing any kind of decor in your home, it's so expensive, and it is one of those things that you really need to kind of save up for if you want to try and do things all at one time. We've kind of managed to do it in sections over the last year because obviously it is expensive, so we've been trying to do things month to month, and budgeting wise we've been trying to save some money aside for things that we want to splurge on within the house. So that is where it's perfect for me to jump on and talk to you about Plum, which is a saving app that I've been using for over a year now. So this is my app here. I will pop a screen recording on so you can see it, because I'm aware that you can't really see it properly on this screen. But essentially the Plum app, when you open it, I've got it in here. I can put in my password so no one can go in it. It'll say welcome back, and then it will show me my homepage. So on the homepage you'll see I've got my pockets, which is the money I've saved aside. I've also got investments, so you can actually do investments on this app as well. And then we've got 2 brain saving rules, which will be things like don't take me under a certain amount in my bank account, and also the day that I want money to be taken out on. We've also got here all of my upcoming regular payments at the bottom. And then also my latest transactions. One of the things I've got on is like a roundup. So with that, anytime I spend money on my card on the account I've got linked to my Plum account, so with that current account card, it will round it up to the nearest pound and then save it into my Plum account. So for example, I took money out last month and I've actually got £74 saved this month. That's from doing my little roundups from saving the change. And then also because I've got like a brain within the app, which will indicate an amount that it can take maybe every week from my account. So I'll see it coming off, and it slowly builds an affordable amount for you to save every month. You can access this money anytime, so if it goes in here and you need it back right away, you can literally just take it back into your account. It is so good, and the great thing is because it's separate from your banking app, you almost forget about it a lot of the time. So when I've got something for the house, for example, I seen that there was another diffuser that I wanted to get. I had money in my Plum account and I just took it out, put it into my joint account card with Fraser, and then bought it totally guilt free because it's money we had from doing a little bit of savings. You can also set challenges on it as well, where you can do a money maximizer and try out a new way to budget for 30 days. Also a side on here for cashback because it's linked up to like HelloFresh. You can get 1.8% back cashback on Waterstones. You can get almost 1% cashback on eBay. I'll not show you this because this is our personal information, but there's actually a part for bills trackers. If you're someone that really struggles to track exactly what you're spending, it tells me my August payment overview, and it's told me my total spend for the month, which ordinarily you don't get on your bank account. So it'll tell me what I've got upcoming, what I've already paid, and potential savings. So within the potential savings bit, it tells me I could have overpaid on my British gas account. So it tells me how much I pay every month for my gas and electricity, and then it tells me that I've overpaid on British gas for £72, and it thinks that it can price comparison it for me. So it's got a comparison element there, money saving element there, and annually it's saying that if I were to switch to a different provider, I could save £72 annually on my gas bill, and it can do it for you then and there. So it's fantastic for that perspective. It's great for seeing how much I'm spending. It's great for saving all of my change and having it in the pocket, and also good for kind of forgetting about and having in the back burner, so that if you do have something coming up, even if you have, for example, a holiday that you want to save for, you can put in a saving amount every month that you want to save into your Plum account. £10, £50, whatever it may be, literally just any amount, and it'll save it into your Plum account. Now this is financially regulated. It is a regulated app. This is not a random app. Plum app is also regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. It is recognised as a finance app. It is totally legit, super safe, and a really good way for you to save. Now, if you download the Plum app over the next couple of weeks, I'll leave the details on the screen just now, but you will be entered into a prize draw where if you download the app and use my code, it'll be in the description box below. There'll be a link for you to click. If you download it, it is free to download always. Download it there for free. Get the app, and on that link specifically, you will be put into a prize draw, and anything you save into your Plum account could be doubled if your name is drawn from that prize draw. For that, you need to be in it to win it. If you download the app and you put some money into the account and your name is drawn as a winner, Plum will match your savings. So if you have £100 in your account and your name's drawn, you're getting £100 in a prize. So please do go and download the app, use it, you'll love it. I use it all the time. I have been for a year, so I was delighted when Plum asked to work with me on this campaign because I use it all the time and it's something I tell my friends about quite a lot, and like that, it just keeps me on track for savings. And it's also really nice to have a little pocket of cash that you can dip into every now and then, especially if we're out for dinner or something like that. I've got £74 available in my Plum account. I can just take that out and spend it on dinner, and it almost feels like money you've not had to actually save for because it's in your account anyway, and you've kind of forgotten about it with all your roundups and saving the change. So make sure you go to the description box below, click the link, download it for free, link it onto your bank account, and it will start saving your money. It'll talk you through it. It's so easy to use, and it's almost like you're saving money without even having to actually think about it. So let me know how you get on, and let's get into the home tour. So here is the kitchen diner. It's changed quite a bit actually. If we move over here into the dining space, you'll notice we have a brand new mirror, which is from Dunelm, and I love it. I love all this kind of circular shape over here. I think it works really, really well. And we've also added on another 2 dining chairs. Now, the original plan was actually to put a dining booth at the back here, but we've decided otherwise because we've got something else in its place, and actually we did want to have another couple of chairs. So these chairs here are from myfurniture.com, and we did have to wait quite a while for the other 2 to come. We did only have 2 of the taupe colour and then the 2 black ones, so we decided to go for another 2 taupe to go with the table, which is also available online, so I'll have a look to see where we can get that. You can actually buy this table on eBay as well. So we have the chairs here, so we've got 2 black chairs at the end, and then we've got the taupe chairs, which I just love this colour theme in general. I think it works really, really well, and it gives me all the Jo Malone vibes with that kind of cream colour and the black. And then moving on behind here, this is genius, I think anyway. These are the IKEA shoe storage units. They are called Hemnes shoe storage, and it's the 4 quadrant set. So this has got 4 doors open outwards, and I'll demonstrate them in a second so you can see. But essentially we just got 2 of these and put them together. We just butted them together at the top, and this makes for the perfect wine storage. So I'll show you in here on one of the bottom ones. We've got bottles of wine in here. This is obviously for shoes, but you can use it for anything. And I just love how slimline these are against the wall. They don't come out much, but actually, in my opinion, it makes this whole area look much, much larger because we're able to put something on this wall, and it actually feels deeper when you're standing in the kitchen because the wall feels further away. So I love this. It's in the colour black brown, and these are quite inexpensive actually. I'm sure we got 2 of them for 150, which I think is great. So we've got things like documents, we've got some glasses, we've got wine, we've got electricity cables, things like that, chargers, loads of bits and bobs, basically like the junk drawers, but they look really classy and really elegant, and I think they look fantastic. They also fit to the wall so that you can open them correctly. And the mirror we got on sale for £50, which I think is an absolute bargain considering it's 1 metre in height. I just think that looks great. We've also got our lights here, which Fraser's not 100% on, but I do love them. These are from I Am Fi, and they are in a white matte glass. These are just 2 single hanging pendant lights, which is a great way to add a feature over your table without breaking the bank with a big chandelier, because you can generally speaking get a pendant light for £30. So if you just get your electrician to make 2 separate light fittings but on the same switch, I'll just show you over here how that looks. You can get them both on at the same time without having to spend hundreds of pounds buying lights that are going to make, you know, like a big long feature above your table. You could even get 3 hanging pendant lights and spend less than £100 instead of buying 1 long pendant or 1 chandelier. But I think that looks great, and I'm really happy with the way this whole area looks. On the floor we have got our rug, which is from Modern Rugs UK. I think it looks great. I love the fact it ties in all the black and the nudes, and actually it's great because we have tiles on our floor. Any crumbs from dinner time stick to this, so it means when we hoover at night time, it's much easier and you're not chasing crumbs everywhere, which when you've got 2 kids is kind of an essential. Looking over at the breakfast bar, we've still got our chairs, which are again from myfurniture.com. These match the dining chairs, which you will see are also button backed. So I just think it kind of all matches in, and I get tons and tons of questions on where this huge big clock is from. It's from the range, and they still have it in stock, and you can often get ones like this in Next as well. We also have this lamp moved into the corner, which used to be in the other corner, and I can't believe how much of a difference it makes having the light in this space. It really opens it up at night time, and this is from Next. I think it's called their downpipe lamp. And it's great because this almost makes sort of like a mantelpiece because it's so long, and this kind of sideboard. I've got my little ceramic apple and pear from the range, which again they still have. This vase is from IKEA, and then I've got an arrangement of little pampas grasses which are inside it, and that just ties in a lot of the colours that are in here. I've also got a little Reid diffuser hiding in there. And then if we move along to this side, you may have well seen this in my home bargains haul, but I have got a sand timer. I think it looks fantastic, and I love all the black accents we've now got in the house. Because I'm such a lover of neutrals, I think adding the black is a really nice way to get some contrast, and I think that looks fantastic sitting in that little corner there. That was only £5 from Home Bargains. I've also got another essential here, which is my White Company diffuser. If you don't like burning candles, then this is the one for you. You literally just take this little section off, you fill here with water, you add in your fragrance oil, and it makes a sort of steam, which you can't really see just now on camera, but there's a steam that comes out of that, and it makes the whole house smell amazing. And the good thing is the fragrance oils are quite inexpensive, and you can use other ones. You don't need to use the White Company ones. So I absolutely love that, and this is around £65 for this, but really worth it because once you've got it, it's only about £8 to get a fragrance oil to go inside it, and that can generally last you a couple of months, so it's quite cost efficient. If you're into candles at the moment, you maybe want to switch up to a steam diffuser. This here is a bargain find, and loads of people ask me where it's from. This is from IKEA. It's only £1 in the sale bin, so I couldn't believe that I found it. It's a metal leaf. And again, I just love the fact that it's black and adds a little bit of contrast over in this area. Car is parked right there. I'm going to keep my curtains closed. Here we have 2 slimline double convection radiators. These were actually found on eBay, I'm sure, and I absolutely love them. Of course, we're not finished with the decor quite yet, but I wanted to give you a little overview of how it looks. We've got these kind of sanding both sides, which is so much better than the big one that we had because it means that we can make this space much wider when we're walking into the new area. So these here are not actually doors. These are parts of furniture boards that we had made into doors. So we sliced these down and made them quite thin, and we've added tape at the sides and handles so that it's like a normal door. So this just made it much easier for us to have storage in here. So that houses our boiler, and then this side houses all of our electrical board, which is a great way to hide all of the mess and keep it nice and tidy looking. We also have 2 little lights in here, which are lovely on at night time. So once you pan round the room, you'll see that we've got this kind of media wall that we've made. I've actually got this open so I can show you inside it. These cupboards here, these base units, are from IKEA, and what we've done is basically just made a unit for them to sit within. And then inside them, we have storage boxes with all of the kids' toys inside, and it just keeps it all nice and tidy and out the way. It's fantastic. So I'm delighted with this. I've also chosen different paint tones for in here just to sort of match in with the chairs and the table and everything from the other room. So we have here a sort of like a muted brown, which is called Traveller's Pack by Valspar, and then we also have St. Pierre, which is again Valspar, and I just love the way that the black looks against this sort of like browny grey colour. It's just such a nice tone. I just think they go really well together and match in nicely with the tones in this room. So we've also gone for the concrete effect doors from IKEA. We've got our TV, which was a little find on Gumtree, which is such a good tip. If anyone's looking for a new TV, always try and Gumtree, because you can find really good deals on there for people that just want to maybe upgrade and get something bigger, or even if they're moving house. Most people will have a TV, so it is good to have a look on there. So we managed to find this little bargain on Gumtree for about £100, and we just got a different wall mounting for putting it on the wall. Now you'll notice we've got these straps of wood. We love that sort of acoustic paneling, I'm sure they call it, which is like wooden panels, but it's really, really expensive to buy. So we just did a bit of a DIY. We haven't finished it, as you can see. We do need to buy more pieces, but this is literally just 4x2, I'm certain, pieces of wood that we've basically cut to size and then stained them with wood stain. We do still need to fill in these areas, and we've also painted the area behind it black, just so you get more of a contrast and it stands out. But I love the way that this looks, and it just ties in all the neutral colours with the black as well. So we need to finish this off at some point, but that won't take as long, I don't think. We just need some dry days so we can set the wood outside to dry and do a few coats. We've also got a few little decorative bits. This little lamp, which is from Home Bargains, was £5, and it lights up at night time. It's really nice with some gold accents on it, and I love smoked glass. Really, really nice, and it's in this lovely smoked brown. We've also got this nice sort of like pussy willow vase, which is from Matalan, and that was £12, I'm sure. We've got a little smoked glass candle from IKEA, which is all but done. And then we have a light switch in here, which operates the light that we have up in the ceiling. Now the only thing we really do have to do in here is paint the ceiling, so you'll see it's been plastered but it hasn't been painted yet. And you'll also notice, hopefully if the camera picks it up, that this light is glittery, so I absolutely love that. It's just a nice little element to add to the room, and it's nice and flat so it doesn't really show up too much in the space. And then of course we've also got a sofa in here. This one is from Dwell, I'm certain it is, and it's a sofa bed, so it converts out into a quite substantially sized bed, which is great when we have visitors coming over to stay. And it's also good if the kids want to have a wee movie night together and sit down here. It's also quite tempting when we're sitting down here to just pull it out and watch something on TV together. But yeah, absolutely love this whole setup. It's great storage, it looks good, it wasn't really expensive to do, and I think it just fills the space really well, because obviously this did used to be a garage. It's not a massive space, so I think we've used the space well. We've also moved the curtains, which were over on the French doors over the back there. We've moved them in here, so I'm just going to open them to let some light in so you can see what it looks like. We're yet to put on the window ledge, but we're almost done. We've also got another one of these IKEA storage units, which again is a shoe storage unit, but for this one we've used it for storing kids' costumes. So all of their dressing up costumes are all in here, all their masks are in one. It just looks really, really good, and also serves a really good purpose. So we have got that here. It's in this nice black wood effect, which I love. We've got this little leaf here, which is from B&M. Just little bits and bobs to decorate. We've got some of these willow tree figures, and then we've also got a little paperweight. And then here we have this within the bathroom upstairs as well, but I love this circular mirror, which is from IKEA, in the darker wood. I think it looks really nice, and it's got this sort of like larger lip at the bottom. I just think it ties in nicely, little bits of wood that we have in here, to have some wood over here, and it just kind of fills this wall, because we weren't quite sure what to put here, but a mirror just adds a little bit of something extra. And then if we spin around and look at the sofa from this direction, it's got a chaise on it. That corner is just completely deadly. As soon as you sit in that corner, you're falling asleep. And then we've got some of this paneling on the wall. These are little strips that you can buy from B&Q or any kind of like hardware store, and just make little panels. So Fraser did this himself with a angled cutting device, which gets you the mitre so that it makes it nice and straight. So he just stuck them up with no more nails, and then waited until they were ready to be primed, and then painted them in the same colour. So the colour in this wall is Egyptian Cotton, shocker, by Dulux, which you'll notice is one of my favourite colours throughout the house. It's the perfect neutral that gets your walls nice and warm looking without making them look, you know, too magnolia. I really love the way that it kind of adds a warmth to the wall without making it too beigey. It's just the perfect tone, and it matches in with grey, and it also matches in with neutrals, so I love it for that. And then you'll notice on here, I've got so many nice pictures of the kids. So I've picked 2 of them here to frame on these IKEA frames. These were really cheap actually. I'm certain they were about £8 each of these frames, and I got the prints from Tesco Express. In fact, no, that's a lie. I got my prints from Asda printing online. There's tons of places you can use to print photographs, but I just love these pictures of the kids. It's just something lovely to add to the house, and I love that one with them laughing. It just captures their personalities, and there's so many photos of them that I could print that I just thought we'll use this space wisely and have a couple on here with the black frames. And I think it works in well here with the panelling that we've done. So I love that. And then over here we've got our cushions. We've got a throw there that's from B&M, various cushions from B&M, Matalan. Also got an IKEA standing lamp at the side, which was actually in the kids' playroom, so we've just repurposed that. And then over here, you'll notice we have a little table, so this is a bit squint. And then over here you'll notice we have a little table, and we've got another radiator. So this is a super slim single radiator just to add a bit of warmth into this room. It is a nice cosy room, which is great. So having a single radiator in here was just a good way to add a little bit of warmth to the space without taking over too much. And I do love these vertical radiators. They're really modern, and you can get them for a decent price if you look online. I've got my floral arrangement. All of these are from the range. My vase is also from the range, and then this little tray here is from Home Bargains, and I'm certain this was about £6. I've also got the Furbo dog camera, which is amazing. You put treats in here and you can basically monitor your dog while you're out. So I use this all the time, and it's great because Maggie does spend a lot of time in this downstairs area. She, generally speaking, will be in here when we're out so that she's got her space, and it means I can check in with her and see how she's doing. This table is an absolute bargain. If you're looking for a circular table for either in a living room or something like that, then this is the one you want to get. This is from IKEA and it's £35. It's so unbelievably affordable and it looks fantastic. It's metal and then it's a glass top, of course, and I just love the fact that it fits in that little space perfectly. And also we do have a similar type rug in here as we do underneath the kitchen dining table. This one is from Wayfair, and I think I still have the code for this, so I'll have a look and see if I can find it. But again, I just love the fact that these rugs, because they are so distressed and they're kind of like a bit more abstract, if you took any mess on them, you just don't really see it. So it's fantastic for having kids, and it also adds a little bit more of a statement. So I think this room in all has been a total success. I'm so delighted with how it looks, and I really couldn't have been happier with how it's turned out. It's great because we can utilise this within our kitchen. If we've got people over, we generally will come through here and sit with a cup of tea. It's not as formal as the living room, and it means that the living room is always tidy because we do spend a lot of time in here with the kids gaming, with watching movies. It does have a few little things to fix, a bit of painting up here, the alarm needs refixed, and then also we need to panel behind here and get the window ledge. But once that's done, I mean, looking at it at the bare bones, the room is pretty much finished. So I'm so happy with how it turned out, and I cannot believe I'm sharing it with you now. It feels amazing. I've got a whole other space in the house now. So moving on into the hall, you'll notice we've got rid of our console table that used to be here. We used to have a mirrored console table and then this mirror above it. But instead we've now opted for, again, the IKEA Hemnes shoe storage unit. This is a larger one, so this fits much more shoes in it. I can't remember how many exactly, but it is a bit messy just now because we all just kind of throw things in. But it fits a lot of shoes, and it's great because we try and keep the bottom one pretty free so that if we have friends coming round, it's not really kind of cluttering this area here, because it is a narrow hallway and it just means people can put their shoes in there and keep this area nice and clear. So on top of that, it's quite tall, so we've got a mirror which is from Dunelm. Again, so many good mirror options in Dunelm, and this one was pretty cheap. Now to look at it, it does look like it would be metal or like at least a thicker clay, but it's plastic, so it's nice and light for hanging on the wall, which, as you know, if you've got a new build, it can be quite difficult getting things to go on the wall without causing too much damage. So yeah, I'm really pleased with how this looks. I've got my little clock on it, which is from my last house. We've also got this little Poundland orchid on top, which just looks perfect here, nice and clean and fresh. And then again, we've got another one of our White Company diffusers on top there, which is perfect because as soon as you come in you get hit with a nice scent as you walk through the door. And at the moment we've got Seychelles on, which is one of my favourite scents. We've also got a little doormat which is from Aldi, and then looking up the hallway, this is what it looks like. So we've got our doors painted as well. You'll notice the doors are different from what they used to be. These are painted in Dulux Perfectly Taupe, which makes them slightly like a bit more of a greyish tone, which I really like. It's not the taupe that I would have originally thought was taupe, definitely, but it is a nice colour, and I do like the fact that there's a bit of a contrast between the door and the frame. We still have our decennial prints up with the black frames, and again we still have this wallpaper, but we've painted the radiators black, which I think is different from last time that we done the last house tour. And we've also got this here. Now if you do remember, then this was the way that we used to access the garage. So there was a door here where this new kind of in-shot is. This used to be a door, and it actually used to be the door into the playroom. So we basically blocked that up, and instead of completely blocking it, we've made this little alcove. Now the intention is we are going to put a kind of upholstered seat area in here. So basically the same as what we've done in the living room, which I'll show you in a second if you haven't seen any of that update. But we're planning on putting in a little sort of like velvet buttoned seat in there so the kids can sit there and put their shoes on. We'll maybe put up a few hooks, put our umbrella up there, a little hat, just make it a bit more of a feature. And then we've used this kind of wooden skirting to kind of frame it off and just make it look a little bit nicer. We've popped in a strip light, and then also the same idea as what we've done through by in the new family room. We've got that strip wood painted all in black, and I really think the effect it does is gorgeous. I'm really happy with it. And again, more furniture board on the inside to finish off the inside of the area, and then the little roof part as well. So yeah, really happy with how that looks, and I think it just looks nice when you come in here once that bottom part's finished with a seat cushion and then obviously little decorations inside. I think it'll look really sweet and a nice little feature for in the hallway. And of course we did get more paper to make sure we could paper around the area that we had cut out as well. Now over here, we haven't changed the setup of the pictures, but we've changed all the photographs that are in the frames. So we've updated quite a few of them to more kind of grown-up photos of the kids. More of us as a family, a couple of Maggie in there. I think there's maybe one or two of Maggie in there, just the one maybe. But yeah, just a few new photographs in there to update the gallery wall. And that's a good thing about having command strips. You can do that at your leisure and literally just take them off and replace them to new pictures. Now in here, this is very much a work in progress, so please bear with me. We haven't cut in or finished the painting, but I am going to show you it. We are updating this downstairs toilet. We've painted it, we haven't cut in anything, it's all raggy at the moment, but we've used the spare paint from the family room to kind of tie in a lot of these colours. And yes, we have a black wall. So this is a St. Pierre colour from Valspar, we've painted in here. And again, we have Egyptian cotton as the opposite colour. Again, we haven't done our edges, we've just kind of got a rough idea of what it's going to look like, but we're planning on taking away this sink and putting in a full kitchen worktop all the way across, and then a sink in the middle, and then a big mirror above it, and then a hanging pendant light in that corner. But that will be the next project, and hopefully we can get it done before Christmas, because it shouldn't cost us too much to do that. But yeah, we've papered in here a little bit, we haven't finished, but again, it's the same paper as we have upstairs. And I think just trying to kind of keep all the same themes and tones running throughout the house just makes it look that wee bit more put together for me. And I do love that, having that same continual thread of colour scheme and some of the similar papers in other rooms and same colours in same rooms. I think it just looks really good. So yeah, not much to report down here other than painting the skirting in wall black. But like I say, we are planning on taking the sink out, putting along a big, you know, huge sort of sink area, but it's actually worktop that we're going to use to go all the way across here, and then put a sink in the centre, mirror above, and then a hanging pendant light, and then maybe a shelf floating at the bottom with some folded towels on it, and some toiletries will look great. But this is very much a work in progress, so I will close the door until that is ready to fully reveal. We've updated a few light switches to these nickel ones, which I think look really nice. And then this is part of the hallway, so I will include this. We have almost finished our paneling. Oh my god, what a project that's been. We did all of this through lockdown. We got these pieces of MDF cut to size and we put them up the stairs in a grid formation just to make it look a bit more interesting. Now Charlie, you might see at the top, there's a bit of a kind of greasy mark. Charlie's got eczema, so he was walking downstairs with his cream on one day and it wasn't quite dried yet and he's made a bit of a mark at the top, you might see, so we need to go over it again with another coat of Egyptian cotton paint, but in the washable version this time, just so that if that happens again we can wipe it down. But I think it looks really good. What do you guys think? I really love it. I love the fact that the light at the top of the stairs where the window is just kind of throws all these shadows in the insides of these pieces of MDF. So I love that. I think it looks really good and it's just something a bit different. We've also painted the banisters black, which was not original with the house. A couple of wee chip marks we can maybe do with going over and sealing it, which we haven't done yet, so we'll get on to all those little snagging things eventually. And we have replaced the carpet. So obviously having Maggie as a puppy and having Lola being a bit incontinent towards the end of her wee life, we did have a few kind of pee marks and things in the carpet that were coming out, but I could still smell it, so we just literally took the whole carpet up and replaced it. So I'm delighted that we've done that because it looks so luxurious and I'm really delighted with how it looks. So let's go upstairs and I'll show you a few of the changes up here. I don't think you guys have seen this, but I'm going to stand back so you can. So this is the top landing now. We've got the paneling on the wall, we've got the new carpet, all of the internal doors are now black, which I love. I think it looks really great. We just use the Dulux black paint, but we put in 2 big tablespoons of the Perfectly Taupe from downstairs and mixed it. So as much as they are really, really black, you'll see they're kind of like a bit more understated. They're not as sharp as black, they're slightly off. So I really, really love these and how they look. And at the end we've also added some wallpaper. This paper used to be in our old house. I'm sure it's just called Twigs and you'll find it on B&Q's website, but it has a really lovely texture to it. So great for hallway papers, really hard wearing, and the colours are great because the colour that the Twigs are is the same colour as the floor, and then the tone of the lighter parts of the paper is the same colour as the Egyptian cotton, so I just think it ties in with all the colours really well. We've painted the radiator black, just using radiator paint, so that's black as well. That's just sitting there just now because we're planning on putting a cover or a ledge up here to put this on, and possibly a print or a mirror up here. And then we've also got this little vase on the window ledge, which is from IKEA, and then also the eucalyptus is from IKEA as well. So I think that looks really good. I'm happy with how the staircase and top landing is looking at the moment. It's feeling pretty much finished. We just need to get a light because at the moment we still have one of these light bulbs, so we're planning on moving that over the stairs so we can get like a hanging pendant over here. And then looking at the top hallway at a different angle, you'll notice in this corner we've added this little table, which is from the top drawer, and they kindly gifted it to me. It's part of a nest of tables. The other one is downstairs in the living room, but I love it because it's tiny, it fits in perfectly, and it just gives a bit of height to this gorgeous vase, which is like a smoked, almost like a bluey coloured black smoked glass vase. It's quite big, again from the top drawer, gifted to me with some of these reeds in it, which I think looks great. I love all the pampas grasses. I think they just add a nice element and a nice texture into your house, so I love that. I think that looks great. Maybe not with Ella's room door open though, because it doesn't really match her room. Nothing's changed in here. I'll give you a quick look. She's got her doll's house, she's got her bed, but yeah, nothing's really changed in here at all actually. It's just all pretty much the exact same. Again, in Charlie's room, the only change that's probably happened is he has a drum kit now. Don't all shout the stepbrothers quotes at once. And then he's got his bed, which again I think was still here the last time we had a look. His little Charlie aeroplane, all his curtains and stuff. Everything in here is the same, apart from we've added in a fan because it's so warm at night time. But everything here in here is the same. Maybe just switched up a couple of things over here just to make a bit more space, but other than that, all the exact same. The only change I can really think that's happened in our bedroom is maybe some new bedding and the addition of this. So we've got rid of the glittery light and we've gone for something a bit different. We've got a fan instead, which I am a massive fan of, funnily enough. This is such a perfect addition. During the hotter weather we have been using this fan, the same as the kids ones, and I just love having it on at night because more often than not I like it for the sound that it makes. I just find it really relaxing, but having a fan on at night time, and even just the look of this one, I just love it. I think it adds a bit more character to the room, it adds a wee bit of movement, and I just love it so much. It's from B&Q, really, really inexpensive. It's massive, and it's chrome. It also has a light in it, but the bulb in it I don't like, so I'm not going to put it on, but really, really happy with that. I think it looks fantastic. That sounds like a pun, but it's not meant to be. And let's go into the living room, which has actually changed. I don't think we've updated you on the colour scheme change as yet. We are going to be putting up a mirror over here, which is on order from the top drawer. It's a beveled edge mirror, just all kind of like more like a rectangle for going on here, just to break up the print on the feature wall. I think we have got these in here instead, which I'm sure the last time we didn't have these flowers in. We have also got some new cushions, which are from the top drawer, and they were gifted. I love them, I think they look great, so I'm really happy with those. I've got a nice, the different diffuser actually. This one's from the living room over at the fort, and I love this. It's a really big one, it holds a lot of water in the tank, so we've got this on all the time in the living room. And then I've got my TK Maxx light, which you get so many good lights in TK Maxx. And then over here, this is different for sure. We basically got rid of the dark wallpaper that we had because we weren't a fan. It was just not the right tone for in here. It was too dark. It was essentially the same colour as those cushions, that dark cushion over there. And it was bringing the room in massively, and I didn't feel as homely as what I wanted it to be. So we decided to, as usual, put Egyptian cotton over here. But again, we've done the panelling frames over here as well, which I think look great. So we've got 3 equal-sized frames and then little short ones down here at the bottom, and I just think it adds a little bit of texture to the wall. We've got a print from I Am Fi, which again ties in a lot of the colours and tones of this room, which is perfect. It's a really good way of bringing all your colours together. And then we've got 2 of these little wall lights, which were from B&Q, and such a bargain. I think I got them for £10 each or something, like really super inexpensive. And then another huge change in here is that we have done this media wall. I'm not really sure what angle is best to show this at because it is quite big, so I'll maybe go over here and show you what it looks like. But basically Fraser's built out this wall from here and housed the TV inside it just to make it look like it's actually in the wall. So we've got the TV in the wall, we've got the sound bar in the wall, and then we also have a new electric fire, which is from the Fireplace Factory on Instagram. I can't remember the size of this one now, but it is so good. See, at night time the flame's really realistic. I know a lot of the electric fires can look a little bit rubbish. But else that's changed in here is the window. So essentially what we're planning on doing, we've not done it quite yet, is we've taken these curtains, we've popped them each side. They look like drapes at the moment, but we're planning to get a sort of like box made, like a pelmet to go around the top, so you won't see it, it'll be like that. So a pelmet will go around the top, it'll go in, and then it'll go all the way along the top of that blind, and then it'll come back out again and go over this side, so you won't see where these blinds come from, or where the curtains come from rather. It will look as if it's the illusion that they could potentially close, because it'll look as if the track goes all the way around rather than just stopping here and stopping there. So I think that'll look great once we can get that sorted. But what we have done is built out the window ledge. So instead of having a window ledge now, we've got a seat, and it is quite big. So what we've done is built this out. Fraser did it himself during lockdown. We've built this out and then used pieces of flooring. This is literally flooring that you would get for putting down, it's laminate, just herringbone flooring, and he's faced it off with that just to make it look really nice. And then this here is basically a piece of wood that we had upholstered by the same guy that made our sofa. He's amazing, so we just got him to button this all off with metal stud buttons, and to be honest, we use it to sit on if the kids are playing outside at the grass or whatever, but more often than not, that is Maggie's posh dog bed. That's where she lies. That is literally like a dog bed. She sits on it all the time, and it just makes this whole area look much bigger. It's nice for the kids when it's Christmas. They can sit there and, you know, enjoy their sweets and watch TV and just sit next to the Christmas tree. It's lovely for that, and I think it looks great. And we've also got the same fabric that we have this in, which is what we're planning on putting out in the hallway as well. This is the same kind of idea we're planning on doing in the hallway, but we've got the same fabric in this little footstool. So this was a footstool my mum and dad gave me. It's so sturdy, but it could use a little shaping. So we decided to go and take it to our upholsterer and furniture maker, and he made the same fabric. It looks really purple because the light's hitting it weird, but it is definitely like a charcoal grey, and we had that made again as well with the other footstool. We got new legs put on it, we just had it a bit more kind of jazzed up, and the same buttons on it, and it's great because we don't have a footstool in here until we got that one, so it looks great. We've got it sitting in this corner just now because we're planning on putting in a little seat in here. So at the moment we're trying to get used to this area being out of bounds, but when we get the seat there it will sit back where it used to be. This here is a little table, little side table, part of the nest of tables, the one I showed you upstairs, again from the top drawer, and it was gifted and it looks absolutely gorgeous. This was made in India by hand. It's like hand battered, you'll see like all the design on it. It's so nice. And this is a little fragrance lamp that you light and let it fill your room with fragrance for half an hour. Gorgeous, absolutely love that. Then you've got the window up here with my little family tree on it, which was from Brand Max. Really random, but it's gorgeous. My mum's got the big huge one of it as well, but I'm sure I got that for £6. It was such a bargain, and I love it sitting there next to my TV remote holder. This is a game changer, keeps them all nice and tidy, you know where they are, you don't lose them, it just looks good. And that is pretty much the living room and all the updates we've done in here. So guys, that is the end of the updates from me. If there is anything that I've shown you and didn't mention where it's from, then please feel free to send me a message below in the comments and I'll get back to you. But yeah, we're really getting there with the house. It's taken a while, but again, everything, it's like time, it's money, it's trying to manage it without, you know, splurging and going too much. So we've been chipping away at it for the last few years since we've moved in, and I'm really happy with the decisions we've been making and the changes we've been making. It does feel like, as much as it is a new build, it's starting to feel like our own home now. We've properly put our stamp on it, and I'm really happy with all the changes that we've been making. Make sure you remember to go to the description box below, click on the link for the Plum app. It's free to download, there's literally nothing to lose and so much to save. And honestly, when I say you don't notice it coming out your bank, you literally do not notice it coming out your bank. It's such a surprise how much you can actually save without really realising it. Even if you do feel like you don't have enough to save, literally the tiniest amounts really do add up, and especially if you do over a year, over a few months, you really do see the impact that maybe saving your change will build up to £20, £30. You can go and treat yourself, whatever it may be. Or like that, if you have got like a holiday coming up next year, or you've got a bigger DIY project, a renovation, something you've really been wanting to save for, then it really keeps you on track. It's free to do so, and like I say, if you do download it, you're going to be entered into this competition draw where you could be drawn from the lot of people who have also downloaded the app on the link. And it basically means that if you do get drawn, then Plum will match the savings that you have on the app. So make sure you save big. Make sure you click on all the notifications so that you know what is going into your account. And I really hope you enjoy using it, guys, because I certainly do. And it's a lovely feeling knowing that even though you are spending, you are saving a little bit as well. Hope you enjoyed watching this. I loved talking you through everything. I like how like kind of more vlog style it was, and very, very relaxed it was. And I hope to see you next time. If you are new around here, I would love it if you hit subscribe and stayed around. Just click on the red button, it's free to do so, and it just means if I do any more content like this, you're not going to miss it. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!